My abusive ex-stepfather asked me to call the police if I knew anything. So I did. I am from Australia, which might clarify some confusion. Our police system works a little differently down here, where we can go to our local police station, regardless that we are in a different state, as once the job number has been created, it can be accessed and also action upon on a federal level, accessed across the entire country. The police have reason to believe, however, they aren't able to disclose the exact reason why they believe this, that brother is safe and fine, and have said as much to be, but again have not elaborated on this. I believe that brother and Ahat probably had a triggering event transpire, and brother ran away and has gone underground hiding. He has done this before, however it never reached a police level. There were some comments saying that it was strange that I was on Reddit posting about the incident while my brother is missing, and I can understand where they're coming from, however being states away from brother, specifically on an island state, and with COVID restrictions, I am unable to get to his state. So for now I have done everything I can from where I am. I also have contacted and disclosed everything to child safety, which I have done so many times before. This is the most I can do from where I am, unfortunately. My sister, the oldest of the three that lives with me full-time, has made contact via social media with brother today. Brother was very vague and secretive to sister, and was not willing to disclose where he was, which I can understand. We have all experienced the lengths of Ahat's secretive nature can be at times, so by not telling us anything he knows, Ahat can't manipulate, intimidate, threaten us to get any information out of us if we don't know anything. I can confirm that it was most definitely our brother, as he used a safe word we have between us, 4 siblings, as Ahat would often take our phones, so we would always use the safe word, so we would actually know it was our sibling we were talking to, not potentially Ahat. The same goes for dangerous situations. If we ever needed assistance, we would say the safe word for help, as to not alert anyone we were asking for help. Very good idea for anyone else experiencing a similar experience. No word on location tells outcome of Ahat. As he is no longer a direct family member, I am not going to be informed until it is public knowledge, I imagine. The officer did say that she would contact me if there was anything else I did need to know, however. It may be a bit of time until we hear any outcome for Ahat. In the 19 years I have known him, he has almost always managed to wiggle his way out of any repercussions of his actions. So I am not holding my breath that this time will be any different. But I still have hope. It's better than resentment and negativity. I just received another text from Ahat saying, "Obviously no concern of yours, hey big sis. Thanks for caring. Only for yourself." I haven't replied to his original text and won't reply to this one either. This text has rattled me just like the first one. No matter how far you physically remove yourself from the person who has traumatized you, it can very quickly come straight back to take you back to feeling like it's happening all over again. Deep breaths and keep on. I, 29F, lived with my mum and her new boyfriend, we'll call him Ahat, when I was a child. They met when I was 10 years old. From the moment I met this man, I never liked him. He gave off the most terrifying vibes, and even as a child, I could instinctively tell that there was something wrong with this man. Fast forward 6 years, and my mum and Ahat are getting married on my birthday no less. I have 3 new siblings in that time from their marriage, and this man for the past 6 years has made my life a living hell. He was physically and verbally aggressive, almost every single day to me, my mum and siblings. However, he did, and still does, have a particular dislike towards me. To this day, I am still not sure why. He would exclude me from family events, force family members to not give me presents at Christmas and birthdays, to then humiliate me on those events, and make a scene of me not receiving gifts, body shame me. I was 11 years old when he did this, mind you, and called me a slut for wearing a skirt, spent approx. $50,000 of my inheritance on himself, things like mountain, bikes and the like, would hide my phone for no reason, so I could not contact my father or friends or extended family, would not let me eat the yummy food, but would sit there and eat it in front of me, ruined the very expensive 4WD I bought my mum as an adult out of my inheritance, and once he ruined it, left it at its demise place, which was out of town in the back country, down a steep slope, and in a creek for me and my mum to sort out, stolen cars and motorbikes, started a bushfire, tried to pin a break and enter of a friend's house in the middle of the night on my boyfriend, and that's just a snippet of the charms of this literal awful human being. I moved out of home very shortly after the wedding, and at 16 was living on my own, juggling 2 part-time jobs, full-time school in a brand new state and a brand new city. But it was a heck-ton better than living at home. Fast forward again another 10 years. I am 26 yo. And my mum has finally had the courage to separate from A-Hat with my 3 siblings after years of further abuse from A-Hat. He still tries and terrorizes their lives and controls them, and demonstrates very threatening behavior, but at least they're out. My 3 siblings choose to stay with my mum, for obvious reasons, but still had to have visitation with their father due to custody arrangements. A-Hat always had a lot of resentment towards the children for this, but can you blame them? Fast forward now to present day. I have full care of the oldest of my 3 younger siblings as she wanted to escape A-Hat and moved states to live with me. I fully supported this because I have always tried to help where I can. The youngest of the 3 stays with mum. The middle child, my brother, was very traumatized by A-Hat's behavior and consequently has a lot of untreated trauma and behavior to go with it. I tried to take care of him and let him live with me and my family at one point, however he also was too violent for me to handle. A-Hat actively stopped my brother getting the mental health help he needed. I believe this to be that it might have held him accountable if my brother told anyone anything too incriminating. Brother moves back to my mother and youngest sister. He is also too violent for them to handle. Side note, I understand my brother's behavior is not okay either, and unfortunately a lot of it is learnt behavior, and when he has sought out help, A-Hat quickly stopped that. I'm hoping in the future he can hopefully and finally get the help he needs. Anyway, last week, Sunday, brother assaulted a family member when at mum's house. Brother was escorted off the property by police and taken to A-Hat's house to live now. I get a message from A-Hat on Wednesday for the first time in years saying, "Your brother is missing. The police have been called. If you know anything, call me or the police." Instant panic sets in. I feel like a scared child again from a very benign message from this man. I sat looking at this message all night, wondering what to do about it. That's when it came to me. A-Hat asked me to call the police if I knew anything. A-Hat did not specify what I had to know and tell the police, just that if I knew anything to call them. So I did. I called the police and told them that I felt I had some very important information to tell them regarding my missing brother. I told them everything, all the abuse that had happened to me and my family at great lengths. I told them that if they return my brother when they find him to A-Hat's house, that they will be putting him in direct danger. I told them absolutely everything. The police were very interested to hear this about A-Hat and put me on hold, while the police officer I was speaking to went to discuss something with her superior. When I get taken off hold, I am talking to a more senior officer now. He wants me to reiterate the story, which I do. He says someone will call me back. Okay, I think. I get a call back not longer, and they ask if needed, would I sign a statement to what I had said. Of course I agree. I go down to my local police station to sign said statement, re what I have told police. There is now an arrest warrant out for A-Hat for a multitude of reasons. Seems there was more on his police file that I wasn't aware of, and I was told that under no circumstances would A-Hat be getting my brother, when he is found, or any of my other siblings back in his care. Not the juiciest of entitled parents on here, but I did maliciously comply with my asshole ex-stepfather's request of calling the police if I knew anything, and now he won't be able to hurt my family anymore, so that's worth smiling over. It's been a slow burn to see any kind of justice come to this evil, entitled, crappy human, but my patience eventually paid off.